My name is Kalen. I'm the owner of K&A Marketing. This is exactly how we generated $314,454 for an accounting firm in just 60 days, which equates to $26,000 in monthly recurring revenue. So as you can see over here in Meta, we got them 120 leads at a $23 cost per lead, spending almost $3,000. On Google, they spent $1,500. They got 47 phone calls, 26 conversions, and a $57 cost per conversion. And over here as well, as you can see, the client was also extremely happy, saying the past month has been outstanding. You clearly know what you're talking about, and the communication has been excellent, and you handle everything seamlessly, which I really appreciate since I'm not familiar with the ads account myself. Genuinely impressed with the work, very happy with the results. So happy client, happy days. Now jumping into the stats behind all of the ads. So on Meta, we got 120 leads at a $23.44 cost per lead, spending $2,800. We reached 91,000 people and got over 260,000 impressions. Then on Google down here, we got 26 conversions at 47 phone calls, at an average of a $57 cost per conversion and spending around $1,480. Now the overall result equated to $26,204 in MRR, so monthly recurring revenue, and generated $314,454 in just 60 days of running ads for this business. Now here is the actual structure that we ran for the campaigns, and do not overcomplicate it. So number one was a small, tight audience. We kept the audience deliberately small so the ads hit the same people repeatedly, making the people actually familiar with the ad before they clicked it. And number two, we also included a strong offer, which was the first BaaS lodged completely free of charge. So it is a zero risk entry point. Instead of asking for commitment up front, we gave them a reason to actually say yes instantly. Now number three was a strong copy and clear messaging. We led with the outcome. You have to always sell the outcome, not the service you're providing. And one of our copyright angles was stop overpaying at tax time, which obviously easily beats we offer accounting services every single time. Now number four was free consultation calls. It's a low friction next step actually built into the funnel. Leads booked a free consult directly from the form with the business owner, and there was zero back and forth. Now number five, in the actual ad creators themselves, we actually ran videos of the business owner himself plus static images. So it's a face-to-face camera video from the owner paired with clean static ads. People always buy from people, not logos. And number six was a qualifying lead form. We asked for business type, revenue range, and urgency before contact, therefore equating to every single lead that came through the lead form already being a warm, high intent lead. And lastly, number seven is weekly optimization. We cut underperforming creatives every single week and scale what actually worked. And with that, the cost per lead consistently dropped month after month, which is great. Now the next part, we have the offer breakdown itself. So here's why the first BaaS lodged free worked and why it converts better than a discount every single time. Now the majority of businesses we come across always compete on price. They always discount their services, run specials, and say 20% off this month only. And it literally barely even moves the needle. Now instead of doing what everyone else does, we did something completely opposite. And it ended up generating $314,000 in 60 days. And this is called discounts versus risk reversal. Now what actually is the difference? Now the reason a discount like 20% off this month usually doesn't work, now I'm not saying this discount doesn't work overall, but for most businesses in most cases it won't work, it's because the prospect still has to spend money. It still feels like a risk and the prospect is still thinking, what if I pay and it's not even worth it? So the reason we offered BaaS for free was because it was risk reversal. It literally removes the risk from the prospect's mind entirely. The prospect has nothing to lose. They actually get to experience the value of the business before they ever even consider paying a cent of money to the business. Now here's the psychology behind it. Now number one is zero perceived risk. When the cost to try something is nothing, the decision becomes extremely easy. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. The biggest barrier to buying is a fear of wasting money, and this is completely removed with our offer. And number two is foot in the door. Once someone actually experiences real value from you, like offering a free service, they're far more likely to become a paying customer. And the free BaaS offer was exactly this. It was the introduction offer that got their foot in the door, and the ongoing retainer was a relationship. And lastly, number three is reciprocity. When someone gives you something genuinely valuable for free, you naturally feel inclined to actually give back. So therefore, leads already came in wanting to actually return the favor, which is one of the reasons why this offer performed so well. And here is why a discount would have actually killed it entirely. Discounts still cost money, and they quietly signal your prices were inflated. Now you have to understand, people aren't dumb. They can see through your bullshit. So a risk reversal offer literally removes that barrier completely. You prove the value first, and then you get paid after. Now here's what the prospect was actually thinking before the offer. I've been burned by accountants before. How do I know this one is actually any different? I'm not paying until I see some proof. Now after the offer, they'll launch my first BaaS for free. I've got nothing to lose. I'll give them a go, and if they're good, I'll stay on. And therefore that ended up closing a lot of people. And this is the exact psychology behind why the offer worked so well. Now obviously if the services are shit and you can't actually close or even deliver, then obviously it won't be very good after all. But luckily for us, our accounting client was absolutely amazing, and he could easily close deals and also deliver amazing results. We had no issues with anyone after the offer. All right, now we have the ad creative breakdown. What the ads actually looked like and why every part of the ad was built the way it was. We ran two types of static ads alongside a few face-to-face camera videos. Now each ad had a specific job. Nothing we do was random and every element was chosen for a reason. Now, static ad number 1, still doing your own bookkeeping. So first up, we have static ad number 1, and the hook is still doing your own bookkeeping and payroll. Now, it calls out the exact person we want. If you're a business owner who's already slumped with all these different admin tasks and you're still doing your own books, you stop scrolling immediately. It's literally speaking directly to you. Now, the body copy was reliable bookkeeping and payroll for Australian businesses, simple pricing, no surprises. The hidden costs and unreliability. It's short, simple, and reassuring. And lastly, the call to action was the free assessment button on the ad. It's low commitment, so it's not book now or sign up, just a free assessment. It's very, very, very easy to say yes to. What we see a lot of businesses and marketing agencies do, they have this great ad and everything looks good, but the call to action is misleading. So for example, if you're a pressure washer and your advertisement's talking about getting a free quote, but then your call to action is sign up now or book now or whatever it may be, and it's just misleading. People get confused what it actually means. And next thing you know, they're completely skipping your ad because that's simple error. So always make sure your call to action button is something that actually isn't misleading. Now, static ad number 2, this is a CFO level accounting. Now the hook was CFO level accounting for businesses doing $500K to $10 million a year revenue. It instantly qualifies the audience. Now, the most important thing for this accounting firm was bringing in high intent leads, so people who were actually interested in services, right? Not tire kickers. So doing this literally instantly qualified the audience. If your business turns over $500K plus, you lean in. And it also makes them out to be a premium service, not some cheap, shitty bookkeeper. Now the body copy was without the $200K salary. Now this one single line literally does all the heavy lifting for you. You get a CFO level service without paying CFO level wages, which are most of the time not cheap to say the least. And the value is obviously pretty evident. And lastly, we have the trust element. We have a trusted Perth Accounting Partner 2025 badge, just as you guys can see over here. And this instantly builds credibility and immediately removes doubt. It tells the prospect that this isn't some random business. People already trust them and they're actually a reliable business. And lastly, we have one of the 2 video ads we're running as well. So this was obviously a face-to-face camera video with the actual business owner himself. And the hook was the owner speaks directly to the camera about a pain point. So with any single video ad, you have about 3 seconds to stop someone from scrolling. Now, a real person talking straight to the camera immediately stops the scroll faster than any graphic ever would. And it's mainly because it feels personal. It's not like some overproduced ad. Then in the middle of the video, we have the value. So it explains the service, the offer, and who it's actually for. Once they're watching, you explain what you do and why it matters to them. Keep it conversational and no corporate language. This is a massive one. You cannot be implementing all this corporate talk in the video. It will literally just deter people from even going with you. Obviously maintain professionalism, but just talk to them like a person. Just be yourself. Just be a human to the person. Don't just treat the viewer like some random number on a screen or statistic. And lastly, we have the call to action, so the last 5 seconds of the video. Now you have to have a clear instruction, and it could be either click the link below or book yourself a free consult. Always tell people exactly what to do next. Never assume they'll figure it out themselves, because most of the time people are way too lazy to figure it out themselves. Having one clear action at the end converts far better than multiple options. Now here is why we use both videos and statics together. Most lead forms just simply ask for a name and number, and ours was different. We use the form itself as a filter, so by the time people hit submit, they were already qualified and are ready to go lead. Once again, we were not optimizing or trying to bring in low quality tire kickers at all. So videos obviously build trust and connection. A real person talking feels genuine. And static ads, as shown above, build brand recognition. They're clean, bold, and professional. And both paired together, they hit the same person from 2 different angles until booking feels like the obvious next step. So as a business owner yourself, make sure you're always utilizing both forms of advertising. Now, next up, we have the lead form. Every question we implemented had a purpose, and here's what we asked and exactly why we asked it. First up, we have where is your business located? Now, it's pretty straightforward. This essentially filters out people who aren't in the actual serviceable area. I mean, it's pretty obvious. There's no point in having someone from Melbourne book a consult with a Perth-based accountant. It makes no sense. Number 2 is what services are you actually interested in? Told us literally exactly what the lead even needed before we even called them. Bookkeeping, BAS lodgement, tax, etc. Now, knowing this upfront made the follow-up conversation far more targeted. And number 3 is when are you looking to get started? Now, this is the single best question to gauge intent. Someone who says immediately is an extremely hot lead, whereas someone who just says just browsing gets deprioritized immediately. And number 4 is the contact details of the person. Their name, phone number, and email. Now, we kept it pretty basic and didn't ask too many contact details, just the main ones, as obviously people will drop off and you'll get less submissions if there are more questions. And lastly is 2FA verification. So essentially, before a client actually submits the lead form, they have to submit a 2FA code. Now, after they submit their phone number, they have to actually get a code sent to that phone number, which then before clicking submit on the lead form, they have to actually submit the code that got sent to their phone number. That way, we're essentially filtering out what I like to call ghost leads, where people simply enter fake details. That way, once again, you're only getting people who are actually interested in your services and obviously being high intent leads. Now, with the basic form where you just simply ask name plus phone number, literally anyone submits it. It has no real qualification process. You waste time calling people who are never even serious, and half the leads go absolutely nowhere. And here's the difference with our qualifying lead form. It's only serious, local, ready to go prospects who actually made it through the lead form. And literally every single follow-up call was actually worth making. Now, the form wasn't just collecting leads, it was doing the first round of sales for us, actually qualifying and filtering people who were and weren't interested. Now, moving on to the follow-up system. Now, this is honestly one of the most crucial parts of the entire system. Getting the lead is only half the job. Most agencies let leads sit for hours and sometimes even days before even following up with them. And by then, the prospect has already moved on. So instead, we built a system so the moment someone submits the form, a follow-up has already started. Now, what this form actually did, so we have speed to lead. By the first 5 minutes matter. Most agencies. So firstly, the lead comes in, someone sees it a few hours later, they call them up, and most of the time, the prospect has already moved to someone else, or just simply gone cold. And with our system, the lead comes in, an automated message fires within minutes, and the prospect feels attended to immediately, before they've even had a chance to go to your competitors. And a quick stat as well is that a lead is 21 times more likely to convert if you respond within the first 5 minutes. Obviously, the longer you wait, the colder it gets. Now we have the automated follow-up sequence and how it actually works. And now we have the automated follow-up sequence and how it actually all works. So first up, we have the instant confirmation SMS. The second someone submits a lead form, they get a text confirming their inquiry was received. It sets expectations and stops them from shopping around from other competitors. Number 2 is an automated follow-up. So similar to the SMS confirmation, it actually sends out a personalized email, recapping the free BAS offer, what to expect, and actually sends a link out to book a consult if they haven't already. It keeps the momentum going without anyone having to lift a finger. And number 3 is a manual call within the first hour. Now also to keep in mind as well, whenever a new lead comes in, the business owner gets an immediate SMS sent to their phone, actually notifying them that a new lead came in. So once the business owner sees that a new lead came in, they call them up within 60 minutes. And by this point, the prospect has already had 2 touch points. They know who you are and they're expecting the call, which is honestly a massive thing as well. Number 4 is if they do not answer the phone. This is where the automated follow-up sequence kicks in. If they don't pick up, they automatically get a follow-up text and SMS email over the next 3 days, simply letting no lead fall through the cracks. And it's pretty straightforward. The system chases them so the business owner does not have to do it themselves. And lastly, the lead enters the CRM pipeline. Every lead is tagged and tracked, new inquiry, contacted, consult booked, converted, etc. Nothing gets lost in someone's inbox or missed because they were busy. Everything is tracked in the CRM and completely organized for you. And next up, we have the identity shift. And this is where the client started and where they are now. So before, they were relying on referrals. Some months were great, others were dead, and there were no ways to actually predict what was coming in. Secondly, they had no follow-up system in place. Leads came in sporadically and got chased manually, or even in some cases, not at all. Number 3 is they had no idea what was actually working in their business. Word of mouth felt good, but could not be scaled, measured, or even switched on when needed. And lastly, growth fell completely out of their control. The business was at the mercy of whoever happened, and after, they had a predictable lead flow. 120 leads on Meta and 26 Google conversions, literally on demand. Next up, they had an automated follow-up running 24/7. Every lead gets contacted instantly, nurtured automatically, and tracked in the CRM completely automatically for the client. And third, they added $26,000 in monthly recurring revenue to their business. And this is not a one-off win. It's reoccurring monthly revenue that actually compounds over time, which equates to over $300,000 a year. And lastly, the growth is now in their hands. They know exactly where the next client is coming from, and the guessing is now completely gone. Now, this accounting firm went from not even knowing where the next client was coming from to now having a pipeline full of warm, ready-to-go leads every single month. And this is the real result. Not just the monthly recurring revenue, it's the fact that this business now has certainty. And certainty is literally everything when you're running a business. Every lead sat in one of these stages above. So new inquiry, contacted, booked, converted, and not interested. The client could now see exactly where each prospect was at, no guessing and no chasing blind leads. The ads brought in the leads and the system ended up converting them. And this works for literally any service-based business. We have accounting, real estate, trades, legal, health, automotive, beauty and wellness, and much, much more. And if you want this exact system in your business, here is exactly how to get started with K-Name Marketing. Number 1 is booking a free strategy call. We'll take a look at your business, your current situation, and work out if this system is the right fit. And there's seriously no pitch, no pressure, no hard selling. Number 2 is we actually build your system for you if you would like to go forward. Ad creators, targeting, lead form, follow-up automations, and CRM. All set up for you and ready to go. And best of all, you don't have to touch a single thing. It's a completely hands-off process. And lastly, number 3 is the leads start coming in. We launch, monitor, and optimize every single week. Now, your only and main focus will be actually delivering the work, giving the clients what they want. And we focus on filling your pipeline up for you through ads and other systems. And if you own your own service-based business in Australia or anywhere else in the world, and you want a predictable lead flow of qualified leads every single month, we will build the systems that actually make that happen. Now, obviously, if you are interested in having this all implemented into your business, go ahead and contact us by one of the ways on the screen below. I'm looking forward to speaking with you.